At the start of the film, we see a boy. He was doing the practice of a magic spell. The name of this boy Kingming, and he is doing the practice of a protection spell. This spell is important to become a master. Kingming couldn't do this spell. After it, he says to his master that I can't do this spell. On it, the master says to him that if there is anyone in your life whom you want to protect, do the practice while thinking about that person. Then it is shown that Kingming grew older while practicing that spell. After the years when he couldn't do this spell, he says to his master that we should practice the teleportation spell instead of this protection spell. The master knows that Kingming can do the teleportation spell. He rejects his offer. The master tells him that to defeat any strong enemy just a teleportation spell is not enough. With it, to become a good master it is important for him to learn the protection spell. They were talking meanwhile the protection wall starts to break. After it, the master understands that it is the curse of the demon snake. After seeing that snake, the master transport Kingming in another direction. Then he calls his 3 guardian spirits. The 3 guardian spirits come there to help the master. 2 guardian spirits try to save that protective wall. 1 guardian spirit protects the master. But the help of those 3 guardians was useless. The protective wall breaks. Meanwhile, Kingming arrives there with the other students. That snake was about to attack them all, but the master asks them all to use a protection spell. The other students start using the protection spell, but Kingming ignores the master. He starts using the teleportation spell. When the snake was about to attack Kingming poisonously, the master comes in front of Kingming and saves him. On the other side, one of the guardian spirits of the master kills the snake while sacrificing its life. Now Kingming is worried due to his master's death. He is also sad, because the poison was spreading in his master's body because of him. Before dying, the master tells the truth of that snake to Kingming. He tells that how before 300 years ago, due to the greed of the human that snake produced, to imprison that snake 4 masters came in front. They imprisoned that snake together in the imperial city. That is still imprisoned in the body of the queen of the imperial city. 4 stone guardians are protecting it. They are sleeping right now in the form of a statue. These are the dragon statue, turtle statue, bird statue, and tiger statue. And whenever that snake will try to move from there, 4 masters will have to go there to wake up those statues. On the other side, we are shown that the queen of the imperial city is worried now, because she comes to know that the demon snake is awake. Now Kingming arrives the imperial city. There he sees a man at the gate. He was playing the flute. He is actually a master. His name is Bo Ya. Then they hear the sound of another melody. They follow that voice. After following some time they come to know that melody was playing by a demon. Bo Ya asks him that how dare you steal this flute? This is the flute of our king. That demon tells him that when his friend was alive she sings songs in the palace. She often plays that melody. I just want to listen to that melody because I was missing her. Bo Ya hates the devils. Here he was about to kill that demon. But Kingming saves him. Then Kingming tells Bo Ya that he is a demon but not a bad demon, that you kill him. Bo Ya says to Kingming that he is a devil. He is very bad. He doesn't know about goodness or love. Kingming says why not? Why he didn't know it? Due to these things, there is a fight between Kingming and Bo Ya. In the fight Kingming defeats him, and after it, Bo Ya leaves from there. Basically, Bo Ya was called to the imperial city to fight with that snake, because he was one of those masters. But Kingming and Bo Ya don't know about it. After it, that demon asks Kingming that master please make me your slave. Then Kingming makes that demon his guardian spirit. He named him Killing Stone. In the next scene, we are shown the palace of the queen. 3 masters were gathered there. Kingming, Bo Ya, and Zhongxing. But the 4th master Wang Duo was not there. And here Zhongxing and Bo Ya come to know that they are masters. Here Zhongxing meets with the priest of the palace. He is also the bodyguard of the queen there. That priest tells them that to awake the guardian angels tomorrow will be the ritual performed. And he asks them to sleep early tonight to take a rest. Here Kingming sees that the face of that priest was resembling his master. In the next scene, we are shown that these all masters meet with the princess. They come to know that someone has killed the 4th master Wang Duo during the journey. Then these masters go to the queen to discuss this thing. Here the queen stays behind the curtain and she gives orders from behind the curtain. The queen is worried and in anger that who had killed the 4th master before the most important ritual. After it, the queen makes the princess responsible to perform the ritual. With it, she orders to investigate the death of the master Wang Duo. She asks the priest of her palace to become the fourth master. After it, the four masters start the ritual. During the ritual, a demon attacks the princess. Here Qingming saves the princess and Bo Ya completes the ritual with that demon spirit. After it, the four guardian souls were ready to awake. Then suddenly the color of the sky changes. With the change in the weather, Qingming and Bo Ya understand that some demon has again attacked them. They run towards the room of the princess. Going there, they see that the priest is fighting with the master Long Yi. The priest says that the master Long Yi wants to kill the queen. But Long Yi refuses for this. After it, there is a fight among those four. During this fight, Long Yi dies and the hair demon kills her. But before dying, Long Yi tells Qingming something about the queen. Qingming couldn't hear this well. Now the next morning Bo Ya and Qingming meet. There Bo Ya tells him that he is suspicious about the priest. But Qingming says something else. He tells that he is suspicious about the queen. Then they become against each other and start their investigation. Qingming goes to his room. He sees that the princess is trying to steal his sword. That is the sword that is given by the master to Qingming. And that snake can also be killed with this sword. Then Qingming asks the princess that why she was stealing his sword. But before the princess tells anything to Qingming, the hair demon attacks the princess. Then the hair demon tells Qingming that she was waiting for this for 60 years. Qingming finds a picture of the queen from her, in which she was looking like the princess. Seeing it, Qingming understands the whole thing. After it, he goes to Bo Ya to tell him the whole thing. Here Bo Ya arrived at the priest to investigate. Then Qingming sees that Bo Ya is fell on the ground. And the priest has run from there. Then Qingming lifts Bo Ya and they go out from the palace. There they meet the princess and the priest both. Bo Ya asks the princess that why she and the priest deceive the queen. Here Qingming tells him that she is not the princess, she is the queen. This means the queen is the princess and the princess is the queen. Whom they see behind the curtain was the statue of the queen. The priest was controlling that statue. What is this all happening? So the thing is that when that snake attacks that imperial city, the four masters defeat that snake. After it, the queen means the princess Zhang Ping has imprisoned that snake in her body. She becomes immortal and after it, her age didn't change. Now to imprison that snake in her body, that queen also had to imprison herself in the palace. And she can never go out of her palace. Now while living in the palace for many years, the princess gets disappointment. She was very sad. After it, the master of Qingming arrives in the palace. After his arrival, the princess was happy. But he couldn't live there for always and they had to leave. But to avoid the sadness of the princess, the master gives her a guardian angel. He seems to like him. That guardian angel was none other than that priest. Now the princess thinks that he is the master, but he was none other than that guardian angel. After few years, the priest tells the princess that he wants to become immortal. Now because the priest looks like the master, the princess agrees. But for this HSE has to take out that snake from her body. That was imprisoned in her body for many years. After it, the priest has to imprison that snake in his body. With it, he will become immortal. After hearing this, Qingming and Bo Ya attack that priest. Here the priest uses a teleportation spell on them. As we know that the teleportation spell of Qingming is strong, so he saves from that spell. On the other side, we are shown that the body of the princess is aching. This means that the snake is coming out from her body. Now after the snake came out of her body, the princess becomes mortal. After it, that snake goes into the priest's body. Due to it, that priest is immortal now. While seeing the priest changes into a big poisonous snake. He is now going to destroy the imperial city. With it, those four guardian stones are active. After it, they are making the protection wall outside the imperial city. So that snake couldn't come out from there. But here one guardian stone wasn't activated. That is a bird. That bird was bot activated because during the ritual that priest willingly doesn't activate that bird. After it, Qingming calls his three guardian spirits. So that they can help them. One of the guardian spirits makes a protective wall in front of Qingming. So that Qingming can stay safe. The other two guardians start fighting with the snake. Here we can see a heavy fight. When the situation goes out of control, the priest comes in front. So he can fight. Here the priest kills those guardian spirits. Bo Ya was scared here that the snake could go outside from the imperial city. Here it is shown that the protective wall is completed. That wall has covered the whole imperial city. Here Bo Ya somehow with his body awakes that bird statue. Now he himself has become that bird. After it, he goes to the priest and fights with him. There is a massive fight between them. On the other side, Kingming goes to the princess and tells her the truth. That he is not that master, that priest is just a guardian angel. Then Kingming makes the princess meets his master with his powers. Here that master tells truth to the princess. He tells that how he had done wrong. Then he changes into ashes. After it, the princess understands that the master is now not in this world. Kingming and the princess again come to the imperial city. There's still a fight between Bo Ya and the priest going on. Then Kingming tells Bo Ya that this snake will die with that sword that was given by his master. Here Bo Ya takes out the sword, but before Bo Ya killed him with the sword, he makes the sword fell from Bo Ya's hands. Now the princess picks up that sword. She warns the priest that if he will not stop all this, she will kill herself. With it, she cuts her neck with the sword. They were close to each other. She kills herself. Seeing it, the priest gets broken. Because he was with the princess for a long time. Now getting a chance from it, Bo Ya attacks that priest. Here the snake and the priest both die. Like this, the protection wall was beginning to remove. With it, here the movie also ends. Thank you for watching.